I'm Ashley Templeton. I'm going to give a speech on hiking, and these are my audience. um, okay, so the benefits of hiking, first of all, physical. Your physical body, it's cardiovascular exercise, so it gets like your blood flowing, which means more oxygen is going to your muscles and stuff, and so your body is benefiting like overall. And also, like, you might think, well, if I need a cardiovascular exercise, I could just run on the treadmill. But the treadmill is like flat and even, so you're not when you're running on uneven ground like you would when like on a backpacking trail. Your body is working on balance because you're on uneven ground, and also it builds your core strength more than a treadmill would. And there's all kinds of different trails. So there's like beginner, intermediate, and difficult. So there's trails for like any kind of distance you're wanting to do, or any kind of like level of experience that you're on. But even more important than physical health is the mental health benefits. It's actually been studies have proven that spending time outside in like green natural areas is a natural stress reliever. It's good for your blood pressure. It reduces the risk of heart disease. Stanford University did a study where they had people walking outside in natural areas versus like concrete areas, and the people who were in the green areas had reduced neural activity in an area of the brain called the subgenual prefrontal cortex, which is an area of the brain that's actually associated with mental illness. And a lot of doctors, especially in more liberal areas like California, have started actually prescribing, they call it ecotherapy, where they prescribe people to go take a hike, literally, like go take a hike in nature, and it'll make you feel better. But the thing is like, if hiking is one thing, but if you decide to go backpacking, you're going to have to do some preparing. I would suggest starting with hiking just to build up your endurance and stuff, and also like learning like how to handle yourself in the nature. But you need a lot of, if you're going to go backpacking, you need a lot of supplies. You're going to need, first of all, a backpack is the most important thing. You want it to be supportive, so you want something that has like an external frame, or else your back is going to be killing you, and I know from experience. Also, you'll want something to start fire with, because that's going to be important. You'll want a tent, and when buying a tent, it's going to be important to know the temperature that the tent can handle. If you get a 4-season tent, which is what I have, you can take it out pretty much any time of the year, and that's probably the best way to go if you're going to be hiking all year round. You'll want a sleeping bag, and same with the tent. You'll want it to make sure that it's going to be able to cover the right temperatures that you're going to be staying in. And you want plenty of water, so you'll want a water bladder. So I would recommend at least 2, if not 3 liters, just so you're not running out of water. You'll need to know how to make a fire and have supplies to make a fire. That way, if you run out of water, you can boil water. You'll also need it to like make food and stuff. You'll need the right kinds of food. I recommend the Mountain House meals. You can get them pretty much anywhere. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at Dick's. But they're pretty much just like dehydrated food, and you can add boiling water into them. They cook themselves, and they're delicious. They are a little more expensive, so being college students, you could always use ramen noodles and just boil them over the fire. I'd take granola bars and nuts and whatever is easy to carry around, lightweight. And being lightweight is really important, because if you're going to be backpacking for 2-3 days, you don't want to wear yourself out. So you'll want lightweight stuff, supportive backpack. Hammocks are a good alternative to tents, especially if you're going in the summer. I would recommend a hammock. They're more comfortable, and you're not on the ground, so there's less creepy crawlies. And you'll want to make sure that you're picking the right trail. You'll want to be really safe. So if you're just starting out, don't take the difficult trails. Know how long the trails are, so you don't want to pack for a day trip and go on a 3-day trail, always have a map and a compass. You need to be able to use those things before you go out, because if you don't want to get lost, that's scary. Don't go off the trail. And I wouldn't recommend going by yourself, especially not if you're just now beginning to go backpacking. And I would definitely go with someone experienced for your first time so that they can teach you little tips and tricks about what's going to be safe and what's going to be